News Radio 97.7 and 1290 AM, WTKS.
What are some of the ways that you can do to work to control your anger, their anger, while driving in the heat? Fox News contributor and anger management expert Veronica Sites is joining us this morning. And so let's face it, we are not very patient people at times. Veronica, we want it now, and we want it as soon as possible. Well, actually, we want it yesterday. How are you this morning?
No, I'm doing well, thank you.
So we always see, they always had when we were having racial riots and things of that nature, it always seemed to take place mostly during the summer. And they, a movie I call The Long Hot Summer that was that talked about people getting they get ticked off more easily when the temperatures go up. What's this all about?
Okay. Oh, good. The temperature increases a lot. We've got a different mindset. People shift from, if you've got people that are out of school, you've got a mindset that, this is their vacation. People, sometimes because we're having so much fun out there, not just on the highway, that's not always fun, but, people have a vacation mindset. You've got more vehicles on the road, motorcycles, those type of things, bicycles. And the majority drive in a safe manner or with the intent of being safe on the road. However, when somebody swerves into your lane, it can be perceived as, it was intentional. No, how are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Mm-hmm. And we have a reaction of fear. And fear escalated is anger. And so what we evidence in the summer is the temperatures contribute to rage or an anger outburst simply because a threat to safety triggers a survival mode in people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, unfortunately, that survival mode reacts in a fight mode, and those things can be contributed from, hormone changes, a lack of hydration, just meeting our basic bodily needs. Mm-hmm.
Fox News contributor, anger management expert Veronica Sites with us. So what are some of the ways that drivers can work to control their anger while driving in the heat, Veronica?
One of the best things that they can do before they get in the car is just really think through my plan, and I have prepared as a defensive driver to arrive at my destination safely. Recognize and be aware there's going to be drivers that don't plan and prepare, and they're going to perform carelessly, distracted, and just know how you will respond in the event of a situation like that. Because if we can bring into management our body language often is the escalator, the contributing trigger to take an incident on the road to the rage level. Because any body language can be interpreted in any manner from perhaps the offender. It's when the offender then feels attacked that you have engagement. And then, people try to take it off-road or they jump out of the car and, then it's on. And then the danger is imminent for both drivers.
Mm-hmm. There were a report we're talking with Veronica Sites, Fox News contributor, anger management expert, that the problems that we've been having traffic-wise, I think as much can be, I know that temperatures might go up with your anger may go up with the temperature, but I worry also, Veronica, about people who are distracted drivers, especially now that the texting has become so popular.
Oh, and that's so offensive to everybody that is ever cut off. If we recognize that we are a distracted society, we all have the temptation and tend to, grab that phone when it shouldn't be grabbed. And so we know the danger when we see somebody that is distracted as a driver that has carelessly come into our lane. It enrages us even more because we should know not to do those things. But then it goes, again, back to have we planned, prepared, and performed in a manner that for ourselves as a driver, we have done everything to be safe and recognize that we're not going to be able to control or manage somebody else's driving. However, when those careless things or, that stupid behavior endangers me as a driver, I can choose to recognize that, okay, I I could get really angry here and then pose even more danger to me if I choose to, shake a fist at him or any other, nonverbal language that is so common in those situations. We have to recognize that every behavior has a reaction and just plan for that.
Veronica Sites, Fox News contributor, anger management. One of the things that I think more people need to be aware of, Veronica, maybe we could do this, maybe we use this in our schools or teaching people when they're driving, because we can make these virtual reality things now that seem real, how dangerous even a minor accident is. If you lose control of your car or you try to intentionally hit somebody, it ain't like like you see in the movies or on these television chase scenes where they hit 3 or 4 different cars and they just keep going and everything's fine. That's not the case.
No, and oftentimes, I don't know how many times even just this week, I've observed unsafe driving, and it puts everybody on edge. Equate that with the fact, the contributing factors of the temperature. You have people that are wanting to get, to vacation or to work and get back to see their families safely. It agitates. And it raises levels of anxiety. So, yes, bringing it into school, one of the things that I firmly believe is if we teach goals and planning and preparation, people can move toward the results that they want. But the results are dependent on them only as much as they learn to manage the steps they take towards those results. So.
All right. Thank you, Veronica. We appreciate it. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
And cool and calm. All right. Veronica Sites, Fox News contributor, anger management expert. 19 minutes past 8 o'clock. Going to get you updated on weather, traffic, and sports.